Hi traders, it's Roberto and this is another video for the mentorship program series, and today I'm going to talk about um, having a checklist before you place a trade either at the opening of the Asian session or the London session. And the first thing I do is I try to find the weakest and the strongest currencies and I pair them up. It's not that difficult to do. You can use a currency meter, or you can simply look at different currencies and see which ones are, what pairs are strong across the board. For example, let's say if you pair up all the yen crosses, then if the pound yen and the euro yen and the Australian yen and etc., they're all printing higher, then you know that the yen itself is very weak. Or you may see the U.S. dollar, pound dollar, euro dollar, Australian dollar all selling off, then you know that the USD dollar is strong. So if you see a particular pair on any currency crosses, any crosses is going down, let's say like the Swiss, is USD Swiss is going down and pound Swiss is going down, then you know that the Swiss is very strong. Okay, so, and the second thing I do is just to make sure price is above or below the main pivot point on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart. Is the trend up or is it down? Has the market taken a clear direction the previous day? Those are the things I look for. Are candles clear? No large wicks, no strange, volatility, a clear direction. Do you see strong, long red candles or consistent green candles prior to going into the next day? Has it broken the previous day's highs or lows? That's very important. And of course, we went through this again, this pairing up weakened strong currencies. Okay, let's go and look at a chart. I pulled up a historical pivot point so we can see and just go over each day. This is a 1 hour chart when looking at the Euro Australian dollar. So we'll start with the most recent. Coming into the Asian session on Friday, price was above the main pivot point. Price is above the 21 moving average line. That's the 1 hour chart. So we go on the 4 hour chart. The same thing, price above the main pivot point, price above the 21 moving average line. So that would be a buying opportunity. And what happened, we had actually took this trade, but this was Friday. The market did retrace, did find support. So we're going to look forward into trading these pairs, the Euro Aussie, Euro New Zealand, and Pound New Zealand. So what we do is we can draw trend lines. We know we're in an uptrend. We know price is above the main pivot point. However, we do know, and we experienced before, that markets tend to retrace from Sunday to Monday. So we may have a gap up on Sunday night, and the market may retrace from there for a couple of days and then resume its trend. That's what typically the markets do. Okay, let's just go back to Thursday. Again, price did start out below the main pivot point, but we do know that on the 4 hour chart, let me highlight this level right here. Remember, the 4 hour chart and the 1 hour chart need to mirror each other. So on the 4 hour chart, this highlighted area, price is actually above the main pivot point and above, coming into that day, price was above the main pivot point and above the 21 moving average line. So this trade, this highlighted area, I would have waited till at least market went in the direction of the 4 hour chart, and there's our trade. Okay, market consolidated during the Asian session. Then we had a color change candle. Remember, this is a 1 hour chart. There's our color change candle. Remember, 1, 2, 3 consistent red candles followed by a color change candle. We enter a trade 8 pips above, regardless of if the market's in an uptrend or downtrend. Remember, when we trade color change candles, we're not often concerned about the direction of the trend, direction of the market, the directional bias. What we're concerned about, has the market put enough pips to warrant a retracement. And here we had 3 green candles followed by a color change candle, and this would have been a nice short scalp. Market found support. 3 red candles followed by a color change candle. Notice the Cathix is oversold, and we take a trade. Now, probably would have exited the trade at the main pivot point because we're not sure if the market is going to continue north at this juncture, but it did. And I would have re-entered the market because now we're in the direction of the 4-hour chart, and there's the trend. Okay, let's go to the next day. Here would have been a great selling opportunity, but I would have taken this trade and would have been short-lived because let's see what's happening on the 4-hour chart here at this area. Remember, you're looking for, at the time of entry, you're looking to see if the market's in the same direction, the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart. So in the 4-hour chart, we're still in an uptrend, but price is below the main pivot point. So this is a correction, and we could take this trade. This is the London session, and we could easily take this trade. And your exit would have been when a green candle was printed. Here's your trade. Here's the opening of the New York session, and we would have gotten out of that trade. Okay. Next day, price above the main pivot point on the 4-hour and 1-hour chart, and we would take this trade. Here's a nice correction. Price never broke below the main pivot point. Gave us a nice false break. Continuation of an uptrend, and there's your trade. The next day, this is a lot easier because price coming into Asian session, price is above the main pivot point, above the 21 moving average line. You enter a trade, and this is your trade for the whole day. Okay, market flow is up on the 4-hour chart and the daily and the 1-hour chart, so you just take trades on dips. Market flow is up on the 4-hour and 1-hour chart. The entry is at support, and notice that 21 moving average line price rejecting the 21 moving average line. It acts as a fib level, a support level, and it hit it several times. Okay. Same thing the next day. Again, price above the main pivot point, above 21 moving average line. We start out the Asian session, the market just continued to go up and retraces like markets always do, finds support and continues to go up. Okay. This was a different situation where the market really sold off. Either this could have been a very strong news event that was short-lived, and yes, I would have taken this trade if it broke below the main pivot point, though I wouldn't have gotten in down here. I would have gotten in when price did break this level. But this is a news event, and then it found support around this level, and all we needed to do is highlight that area and wait till price went in the direction of the 4-hour chart, and it finally did right here, and we would take this trade above the main pivot point, above the 21 moving average line going north. Remember, we want to take trades in the direction of the higher time frame. These dips are just short sell-offs and corrections before the market recovers and turns around. Again, an easier trade above the 21 moving average line, above the main pivot point. We take a trade. The market went up for the whole day. Okay, so we can go on forever and ever looking at charts and looking at price, but I just wanted to show you and just to confirm that when you see price going in the direction of the 4-hour chart, remember, these trades here, these are corrections. They're going against the trend. So, yes, you can take these trades, they're counter-trend trades, but know that these are short-lived. And this lasted, 2 days before it turned around and went in the direction of the trend. So what do? We make sure we qualify these trades. If you're interested in taking counter-trend trades, make sure stochastic is overbought. Make sure price is below the main pivot point or 21 moving average line. This is a news event, and news events last usually a few hours if they're going against the trend, especially the higher time frames. and this sold off for 2 days, but then it just recovered. Okay, so we could just go on and on, but just remember the checklist. And just pull up the checklist again. I think I lost the checklist. 1 second. So if you just make sure you follow your checklist, then you should be fine. Make sure you pair up weak and strong currencies. 2 is price above or below the main pivot point on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart. This is crucial. This is so important. Okay, is the trend up or down? Has the market taken a clear direction the previous day? So you want to make sure that the market has been trending up or down at the time of entry. Are the candles clear? You just don't want any large wicks or any consolidation periods that there's no clarity in the markets. And has it broken the previous days or highs? Because that would indicate a continuation of a trend. Okay, and that's it for this tutorial. Next tutorial will focus on higher time frames, how to place trades on daily and weekly charts using the same principles and with candlestick patterns. Have a good weekend.